Greg, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. So tell us about this next step in your legal battle.
Hello, Sean. Yes, it's very nice to join you this afternoon. I think the big step really will be the filing of papers in the European Court for Human Rights, hopefully towards the end of this year, early next year. That's the intention. Obviously, we're discussing that within our own legal team, and that'll come out in the wash, as it were. But that's the timeline as we're looking at. So it'll be the next couple of months we'll be looking to file papers within the European Court for Human Rights.
Yeah, and any difference in your argument? Because, of course, we know you lost that fight, that you took it on appeal, and you lost that fight at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So what's going to be different now in terms of your arguments?
Sean, what you're going to see, I think, well, without exposing much of our strategy or our facts before the court now, and shooting off, as it were, before we can load up appropriately, a large amount of stress will be placed on the fact of human dignity, of human rights per se, of how Caster's human rights and dignity have been impaired.
Yeah, and does that hold any weight when it comes to the Court of Arbitration for Sport? Because, I mean, obviously with normal courts, you go to a high court, an appeal court, a constitutional court, just in terms of the clout that this next court that you're going to has over this matter. How is that looking?
I suppose, Sean, I mean, although they found discriminatory practices in the Court of Arbitration for Sport, they felt they couldn't rule upon that. And the Swiss Federal Court saw short shrift of that as well. Hopefully in this new forum, which is defined for human rights and globally, notwithstanding the fact that it's called the European Union for Human Rights, hopefully they will take that under its umbrella and see that it's well taken on board arguments.
Yeah. And of course, you mentioned several organizations, including our parliament, supporting Caster Semenya in this battle. How is she feeling?
Well, Caster's always very upbeat, quite frankly, and she wants this fight to continue. It really is something that she wants to take to the court. She knows it not only for herself but also for other athletes, and that's also very. She shows her indomitable spirit, quite frankly,
yeah.
And that comes running through. We're delighted by the support by our House of Parliament. Let me go and discuss it for a short minute, Sean. That happened last week. So we had a motion passed in the Houses of Parliament by the full House. So it's not only one political party. So the nation rallies behind her through the voices of the various parties. That resolution, which was adopted last week unanimously, in support of Caster, will hopefully be also supported and endorsed by the 67th sitting of the African Union Court. The African Union Human Rights and People's Union and Commission in Gambia. So that will also hold big weight and hold very much support for ourselves in our fight. So you've got two trains going. You've got the one going to court in the European Court for Human Rights, and the second one being there for the advocacy role played so beautifully by our own Gender and Human Rights Commission here in South Africa.
All right. Well, we wish you luck. You know South Africa is behind Caster Semenya. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Caster Semenya's lawyer, Greg Nott.